Hey fellow gamers, fellow Cartridge Club members, fellow YouTubers, welcome back to Atari Week here on Game Time. Good to have you back for another episode. I'm Kyle, and as I mentioned, it is Atari Week, and today we're going to be taking a look at an Atari console. I think I've shown off several of them already, and this one is going to be the Atari Jaguar. This is a very famous one, not very well liked by people. They say the controller kind of sucked. No great games for it. I do disagree a little bit. I think this console, it's not great, but it has a certain charm to it, and as does the controller. Some of the games are a little rough, but we'll take a look at a few of them and play a few minutes of each one here a little bit later in the video. So, but yeah, the Atari Jaguar. This is going to be a fun thing to take a look at. Next, and as always, I like to give some good recommendations. Here is a fellow Cartridge Club member, NJ Retro. I'm new to his channel as well. I met him through the Cartridge Club Hangouts hosted by Musty Hobbit, as well as Cartridge Connect every now and then, but I think Musty does it more often now, every Tuesday. So he's a great guy. He has a fantastic channel as well. I'm new to it. I've only seen a few videos, but what I saw I like, and enough to recommend you guys watch him as well. I'll provide a link in the description to his channel and content below. So next, Jaguar. Let's take a look at it. Okay fam, here it is, the Atari Jaguar. You can see a nice unique design. Cartridge goes here, nice little circle there for no reason. Atari 64-bit interactive multimedia system. That's debatable. Here's the power button, just one little button. It's nice and clicky. Light comes on here when the system is on. Nothing too much on the sides. Just got some vents there. Nothing too much on that side. And on the back, just get in the light here. Here's where your power cord goes. Here's some expansion, which I'm not sure was ever used or not. I'll have to look that up. Left and right, or excuse me, L and H. I'm not quite sure what that is. And there's the little antenna that goes into the TV. In the front, got the two controller ports, 1 and 2. And you can't really see it on this video. My apologies for that. Maybe I can twist it a little bit. You can see the little Atari logo right there, those 3 lines. That's pretty neat. And just your standard stuff on the bottom. Here's the adapter itself. Yeah, that's a nice Jaguar logo. That's what type of port that is. And the controller. This I'll go through pretty quick. As you can see, just the numeric keypad. They had these a lot back in the Intellivision and ColecoVision. I think the last one to have that was Atari 5200 as well. D-pad is okay. It's nothing too special. C, B, and A, just backwards of the Genesis, but otherwise pretty much like a Sega Genesis controller. It's kind of weird. It has the grips, so a lot of people hate the controller. I think it fits pretty well. As you can see, it's not too terrible. Luckily, we don't use the number pad a whole lot. We will in Pinball Fantasies. I'll show off later in the video. You can see, select your number of players. It has a couple tables there. You can select table 2 or table 4, stuff like that. Pause and option button. So it feels pretty good. I don't mind that. I think some people really have a hard time with it. I think it's okay. There's the connector port for that. Good luck getting a third-party one there. That's pretty wild. Games came in little cardboard boxes like this, similar to like Super Nintendo of the time. Pretty neat. They're all pretty similar to that on the side. They kind of got the Atari Jaguar and whatever the game was. They had the logo there. So it's nice to have a couple box games. I'm not a huge complete in-box collector, but I always like to have a couple for every system. So here's the instruction manual. And here's what all the games look like. They kind of have this weird, it's in a cart for sure. There's the circuit board and everything inside there. They always had sort of this weird concave little thing at the top of it. Kind of looks like, I don't know, very Japanese. I'm trying to think of some of those buildings that are shaped like that in Japan, but that's always kind of reminded me of. So pretty interesting. They're probably a little wider than a normal 5200 carts. Obviously smaller than Nintendo. Super Nintendo, I should say. So they usually go right in the console like that. and that's how it sits. So pretty neat. All together, kind of everything just looks unique. You have unique looking carts. Controller is very unique. A lot of people hate it. I think it's okay. It's not great, but like I said, it's comfortable to hold, at least for me. Unique looking console, and all the games have a unique look to them as well. Most not great, but it's not terrible as a lot of people say. In fact, we're even going to take a look at a few of them, a few minutes of each next here in the video. Okay, let's see a pair of Jaguar Games in action. Love that startup screen, actually, and the roar. So the first one up is a little ditty called Checkered Flag, 1994. Now, this was a little bit of an issue I had. It's not, if it was released maybe a few years before, it would look pretty neat. But by 94, we already saw great games like F-Zero, Mario Kart, tons of great racing games on like the Sega Genesis and stuff. And this is kind of what Atari was using to compete with that. Something rather rough looking. So they were really going on about 64-bit graphics, and I don't know, I played a lot of N64 back in the day, and I think the games looked a bit better than this. So I'm not quite sure. I think stuff like this is kind of why the Jaguar just didn't end up doing well. By the way, I'm trying my best to play the game. I'm crashing quite a bit. But I dare anyone to play this game and not do the same. It is extremely difficult to try to play. I'd like to see more tracks in this game. I don't think I've ever really made it through this track. I think you need to finish in a top spot, or I don't think I can ever survive playing more than a few tracks. They always get frustrated and quit. This is not a very good game. But yeah, I mean, it's games like this, you know, they were trying to compete with, you know, the Super Nintendo and Genesis, and by 94 we've already seen stuff like Neo Geo and the 3DO and stuff like that with really great looking and great playing games, and I don't think this was quite cutting it for the time. So alright, that's enough of this. Let's play something else. Side note, when the screen comes up red like this, it's no different than what we saw on your NES with the flashing, blinking lights. Your games work. The carts may need to be cleaned a little bit, but just a friendly reminder, if it looks like this, clean your cart, clean your console up a little bit, and the game should work just fine. Alright, there we go. In my case, the cart just needed to be kind of pushed down a little tighter and held down until it started up. This little one called Zool 2. I actually never played the first one, but this one's kind of a fun. It can be male or female Zool. Let's be the male character. Very Sonic-like. I'll show you just a minute or so here. So it can essentially go and kind of fire like nunchucks or ninja stars, whatever the case may be. It's sort of a collect-a-thon too. You got to collect a whole bunch of things. You know, if you're a fan of the channel, I do like my old school platformers like this. So had to get it for the Jaguar because I thought it'd be kind of a fun little game to have for it. Because my Jaguar collection consists of, at the time of this video, 4 games. So, and 2 of them are Checkered Flag and Cybermorph, which everyone knows Cybermorph. It's the one with the face. And you're flying around. Not a very good game either, but everyone has it. It's one of those essential Jaguar games everyone has. So So shoot enemies, collect a whole bunch of things, make it to the end of the stage. Shanga shows off some good speed for the Jaguar too. You can't see me run around the place here. Not too bad. I thought this one actually looks and plays a lot better than Checkered Flag, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I think this is on par with a lot of Genesis games of the time, if I may be so bold. Bounce on that thing. So fun sound effects, bright, colorful graphics, perfect for an Atari console, and yeah, just an old school platformer. I just love these games. So yeah, Zool 2, some bonus there. Playing on the controller is kind of weird, but like I said, it's not too bad. I don't mind the controller, I think, as much as some people do. Boom. All right, let's take a look at one more thing. Atari Jaguar, or Jaguar Atari. I'm not going to show off too much of this game because in a near future video, I'm actually going to compile a few of my favorite pinball games in one video, and this one may or may not make it on that one. It's called Pinball Fantasies. I got this at a pretty decent price on eBay, of all places. I'm not a big eBay person anymore, but this was, I think, a good price, and I had factored into it. There is 4 different pinball tables. There was 2 there that we saw, and here's 2 more. $1 Billion Game Show, Stones and Bones table, and the first 2 that we saw, Partyland and Speed Devils. So I factored in, it's kind of 4 tables in one. I do want to start. I think I really like the, I can do this with the game, or with the number pad. I'll hit the number 4. There we go. Sort of a horror Halloween themed one. Select number of players right here on the gamepad 1, because the Atari controller still uses the numeric gamepad, just like Coleco and Intellivision and their very own Atari 5200. But yeah, nothing too special. It's those old school 2D pinball type games where the buttons A, B, and C hit the right flipper while the D-pad hits the left flipper. Pretty good sounding though. I would have had a lot of fun with this back in the day, playing it when it was brand new. I think if I had the Atari Jaguar back in the day, I think this would have been one that I really enjoyed. So we'll hit A to quit. I'll show you one more table here. Like I said, I'm not going to play too much of it because this may or may not appear on some of my favorite pinball games in an upcoming video. Stay tuned for that. One player, please. So yeah, Pinball Fantasies. I know this appeared on a few different consoles, but like I said, my Jaguar collection is very small, and why not have a fun, bright, colorful game like this on the Jaguar? I think it handles pretty well. Actually sounds pretty darn good. Plays pretty quick. I like it, and just a fun game to have on the classic Jaguar. So I'm going to end the video here. Everybody, thanks for watching the video. Give it a like, share the video if you like some good pinball, or just an Atari fan in general. Share it for some Jaguar love, not because I need shares. Share it because you want to show off that the Atari Jaguar is a pretty okay console. It doesn't deserve a lot of hate that it gets. Everybody check out cartridgeclub.org for tons of great content from a great online gaming community. Can't say enough good things about everyone involved in the club. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.